Please take your seats.
Could everyone please take their seats? We're going to get ready to get started. Thank you.
Would Andrew and Michelle from Flame please come forward? Welcome, everyone. As usual, we will start with our singers from Flame the Band, Michelle King and Andrew Carpenter. They will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
One more time, everyone. Michelle and Andrew, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. My name is Patrick Bardsley. I am the board chair of NYSID. It's an honor to be here, welcoming you all here tonight. I would like to call the October 23rd, 2024 meeting to order. NYSID currently has 95 certified member agencies in good standing. 10% of members, in person or by proxy, constitutes a quorum. We have more than 10% of members in attendance, and therefore we have a quorum. All members received via email a copy of the draft minutes of the 2023 annual meeting. A majority vote of those minutes in attendance constitutes the action of the membership for approval of the minutes. We have 17 members in attendance. At this point, I'm looking for a motion to approve the 2023 minutes as presented. Doug, thank you so much. Second, Stephanie. All in favor? Aye. Any nay votes? Any abstentions? We have a majority in favor of the approval of the 2023 minutes as presented. The motion is carried. All members received via email on October 7th a ballot for the election of directors for the class of 2027 as recommended by the nominating committee. Directors shall be elected by a plurality of the vote of those members in attendance. Again, we have 17 members in attendance. We have 33 votes in favor of the election of the full slate of directors. Do I have any nay votes? Do I have any abstentions? Fantastic. The motion is carried, and I need a motion, I need a motion to ratify the election results. Stephanie again, thank you. Second? Where's Steve Towler? There he is. Steve, thank you. All in favor? Aye. The motion is carried, and congratulations to Shaloni. Looking forward to another year working together. Okay. So it's been really a fantastic first year for me as NYSID's board's chair, and I really want to recognize and thank Maureen and the entire NYSID team for a job supremely well done. In 2024, you've not only grown NYSID's reputation, its revenue, and most importantly, you've grown jobs for New Yorkers with disabilities. On behalf of the entire board of directors, and I think everyone in this room, we just want to thank Maureen and the whole NYSID team. Thank you. As NYSID embarks next year on its 50th year, I'm compelled to think about how society at large has advanced and improved since 1975. By most measures, I think we can kind of agree we're better off as a society since then. And it's true that laws and exposure to issues often permanently alters patterns of thoughts in society. What was once considered sort of normal and acceptable, we now can't quite believe we used to do, right? Or we used to think that way. I think about like not wearing seatbelts in cars, or smoking sections on airplanes, or America being ruled by the British monarchy. Things that are hard to believe but true. But seriously, and more seriously, when the doors did finally close at Willowbrook, we took a leap away from that institutionalization pattern of thought and a giant step towards inclusion. And all of a sudden, institutionalization as a harmful and marginalizing pattern of thought turned to one of access and inclusion. And as a society, I think the consensus was at that time that we should judge by how we help and include those who need it, especially in the community and, of course, the world of work. And NYSID was one of the first groups who started doing that 50 years ago, and for that, I applaud you again. But the truth is, we've all benefited from this progress as a society. We've all benefited from the idea that we should choose to include and that we should design for difference. We've all benefited in economic, societal, and working ways. Our lives have been changed for the better as a result of these changes and patterns of thought. So keeping with that theme and the silly British monarchy joke, I'll give you some serious examples and some, real-life examples of what I'm talking about. Peeled a potato recently? See, a little silly. Well, there's a good chance that you use the world's best-selling OXO Good Grips peeler, that black one that you can picture, That was created by Sam Farber in 1990 after watching his wife struggle with arthritis trying to use the old-fashioned metal peelers. True. That peeler was designed for difference, for hands that Sam loved more than himself, and we all benefited as a result. Anyone sent a text message recently? Maybe you're all sending them now. Well, Finland's Matti Mikkonen, I think I got that right, invented SMS texting in 1992 for deaf people to be able to communicate. All of a sudden, SMS became a new method for saving telecom bandwidth, and everyone got excited, and then the world of telecommunications changed. And since then, the world of all communication has changed. Anyone crossed a busy street with a stroller, had luggage, cart, or sighed relief at the sight of a working elevator at the end of a long day? Let the shameful wall of exclusion finally come tumbling down, President George Bush proclaimed while signing the ADA into law. A law that prohibited disability-based discrimination and mandated changes to the built environment, including curb cuts and elevators. Anyone attended school, put out your trash, driven on roads, or taken public transport, probably to get here today? Well, it's important that you know the economic contribution that the NYSID program and the over 6,000 employed New Yorkers with disabilities make every single year in New York State. In fact, NYSID jobs generate $108 in economic impact for every single hour worked. In 2024, that amounted to almost $400 million in economic impact in New York State. The truth is, when people are given a fair chance to contribute, we all benefit, right? And I happen to believe that the world needs all kinds of minds to solve its biggest challenges. I think we have some right now in the world, so we need it. And that only happens when we have everyone at the table, when difference is celebrated, not just tolerated, And that only happens when everyone is included in our systems of education, in our communities, and of course, we're all here to talk about the world of work. And NYSID are doing that. Everyone in this room is doing that. Our award winners, the people here tonight, are doing that. You get up every day and you do your best to make this state and the country better for all of us. And I'm very grateful to be doing that alongside all of you. And speaking of gratitude, there are a few who do more of what I've just talked about for the last couple of minutes than NYSID's dynamic, driven, and passionate leader. Please welcome to the podium our president and CEO, Maureen O'Brien.
Thank you so much, Patrick. And thank you to the NYSID board for your leadership. I want to thank our generous sponsors for making tonight possible. Our theme tonight is 50 years of forging futures. Following the closure of Willowbrook, Article 11, Section 162 of the state finance law was enacted to advance special social and economic goals related to the employment of New Yorkers with disabilities. The Preferred Source Program was formed, and NYSID was established in June 1975. It remains a novel concept to leverage the purchasing power of government to create employment and other opportunities for a traditionally marginalized population. For the first time in New York's history, forging the future for an individual with a disability in the workplace became statute. NYSID began facilitating contracts in 1977 with 5 member agencies, performing on 20 contracts. Some of those original agencies remain members today. Among those, AHRC New York City, FedCap, and the ARC Oneida Lewis are all here tonight. By 1994, corporate partners joined our membership, and individuals with disabilities began working in competitive, integrated employment opportunities at private companies. This network of companies is among the finest in New York, where job coaches are seamlessly integrated into the workplace. Many first-time taxpayers have moved up the ranks, and our managers and sales leaders, their futures having been forged by an entry-level position with support and training on a preferred source contract. In 1997, NYSID moved their headquarters from New York City to Albany, and by 1999, we had 81 members working on 683 contracts. In 2010 and 2013, OMH and OPWDD instituted workshop transformation. NYSID member agencies embrace this by creating certified businesses and social enterprises where individuals with disabilities work for competitive wages alongside non-disabled individuals in public-facing positions. I joined the NYSID team in September 2018 and was charged by the board of directors with wholesale change. My incredible team at NYSID embraced change. We prioritized advocacy initiatives, energized member agency grant and loan programs, and training and information programs. We transformed compliance and ethics efforts, increased transparency with regulators, and engaged with private sector sales and supply chain diversification. A strategic plan prioritized competitive integrated employment opportunities. Of the 40 state use programs in the United States, NYSID is the only one that operates fully integrated with a 50% ratio and has corporate partners. In 2019 and 2021, NYSID and the New York Alliance commissioned the Rockefeller Institute to review NYSID's economic impact in the role of disability service providers, the role disability service providers have on the economy, particularly the certified businesses and social enterprises that are NYSID providers. The report recommended that the preferred source statute be modernized to meet the Employment First framework. While systematic changes creating a more inclusive workplace for individuals with disabilities were at the forefront for the last decade, NYSID's enabling legislation remained the same as it was in 1975. In 2022, the New York State Legislature unanimously approved and Governor Hochul signed into law the Preferred Source Modernization Bill. the legislation changed outdated language, including the term workshop, and codified fully integrated employment at a 50% ratio. Regardless of Governor Hochul's recent Executive Order 40 declaring New York an employment-first state, the modernization of this statute will sunset October 4th of 2025, unless legislative action is taken. We have come so far in creating an equitable and inclusive workplace, we cannot go backwards, we cannot return to a 75% ratio, and we cannot return to workshop language. I will be calling on all of you to participate in this effort in January. Today, NYSID has 72 spectacular employees. I thank each member of the NYSID team for their commitment to our mission. In 2024, NYSID managed 3,423 public and private contracts, working with over 137 member agencies and corporate partners. We gave back hundreds of volunteer hours, $110,000 in charitable donations, $67,000 in matching grants, and we absorbed over $260,000 in interest payments and $360,000 in credit card fees to assist our member agencies in their commerce. Team NYSID is proud of the 6,419 jobs created in 2024, an increase of 71 individuals from 2023. 4,758 were employment opportunities for individuals with disabilities, with an average hourly wage of $22.40. We can clap for that. The total taxable, I'm going to say that again, taxable, disabled wages earned through NYSID contracts last year were $82.7 million. Disabled hours worked were 3.7 million, creating a nearly $400 million local economic impact. As we enter our 50th year, there are certainly many more futures to forge, but I'm grateful to each and every one of you for the start that we've had together. At this time, Patrick and I will present the 2024 Champion Award. This award is presented to legislators, organizations, and individuals who align their support with NYSID's employment, mission, and impact. The 2024 Champion Organization is the New York Alliance for Inclusion and Innovation. Our organizations share many member agencies and have similar missions to make a difference in the lives of individuals with disabilities. I can't think of a better partner in the advocacy needed to move the employment needle forward. CEO Michael Searwriter and I team up on visits to legislators, media appearances, and other opportunities that advance the cause. Please enjoy the video.
I've always believed that employment is probably one of the most significant and greatest opportunities to help people with disabilities really become full participating members of our community. So the New York Alliance for Inclusion and Innovation is an association representing 135 providers across the state of New York supporting people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. It is remarkably important for the New York Alliance and NYSID to collaborate and cooperate wherever possible because I think we have aligned missions, particularly in our advocacy with policymakers.
Michael and I worked together on 3 different initiatives with the Rockefeller Institute of Government to measure and quantify what we do so that individuals with disabilities could be prioritized legislatively. This was really important as NYSID went forward to modernize the preferred source legislation, and particularly for the direct care workforce in our space.
The Rockefeller reports have helped enormously in our advocacy so that policymakers are aware that there is still work to be done.
The Rockefeller Institute of Government is the public policy research wing of the State University of New York. The most recent report we did with NYSID and the New York Alliance really delved into the reality that people with disabilities were experiencing when applying for the incredibly difficult benefits process and then trying to also transition to employment, especially when it comes to the fear of losing benefits and the fear of losing Medicaid in particular. Michael and the Alliance's network made sure that the report focused on reality and not just an academic piece of research.
To be able to support individuals with disabilities to go to work, to remain at work, so that they can participate fully in our communities and as part of our state.
The reports were complemented as tools by legislators that we worked with saying, okay, this is what we needed.
That's why I think it's so important that we have reports like these from very credible institutions like the Rockefeller Institute to help us make the case in an effective way, a nonpartisan way, a non-interested way, talk about these issues and help policymakers see the real numbers and the real impact and the need for change that we're talking about advocating for on a regular basis. Being named NYSID's Champion Award this year is a real honor, and it's a real testament to this partnership. Honor to have our name on reports like those that are going before the legislature and the governor to talk about these issues, and we can't thank NYSID enough for its support.
Please welcome Michael Searwriter.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot to NYSID and Maureen for the partnership on this series of examinations with the Rockefeller Institute on key issues that are pertinent to all individuals with disabilities and the organizations that support them. First, in the economic impact study of the OPWDD service delivery system and the NYSID contract system that Maureen mentioned before, and then more recently with the examination of this benefits cliff that we are looking into it more deeply, and how we can help people with disabilities successfully navigate the world of work. These reports have appropriately gained statewide attention, given the impact both on individuals with disabilities, but on the larger New York State population as well. NYSID deserves a lot of credit for looking beyond its specific mission and partnering with organizations like the New York Alliance to address the many environmental factors that impact the holistic ability of people with disabilities to go to work or remain working. NYSID members should be awfully proud that in a world in which seemingly increasingly larger numbers of people seem focused exclusively on themselves and their own interests, NYSID is thinking about and acting with the greater good in mind, just like Patrick referenced in his remarks. Thank you again for this honor. We are humbled and look forward to continuing the working relationship with NYSID. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we are on to other awards that happen throughout the course of the night, and I'd like to introduce Karina Dominguez from News 10, who's going to take over as our MC.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for inviting me to present this award, NYSID. Annual awards are a big part of what you guys do here. It's so important to recognize these people and all of their hard work. And it's particularly special during New York State Disability Rights and Awareness Month. And it's also National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So I was introduced to NYSID back in July. I was covering an event at the Center for Disability Services at their Mail Fulfillment Center. I was immediately impressed. The individuals with disabilities working with others from the community, processing incredible amounts of fast-moving mail and meeting their deadlines, which I know is really hard. So I'm honored to be here as NYSID kicks off its 50th year of making rewarding employment attainable for thousands of individuals with disabilities and qualified veterans. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, I just want to make a quick note before we get started. All of the honorees, we're going to do some photos at the end, so don't rush out of here. We'll take care of those photos first. But the first award to be presented is NYSID's Member Agency of the Year. Now, this agency is chosen to reflect this year's theme of 50 years of forging futures. Peak Performers recently created a footprint in New York State, which has allowed NYSID to fill temporary staff openings at state agencies. You'll also meet Theodore Stefanik Kora, the Employee of the Year, working on NYSID contracts for Peak Performers. Now, since this video was filmed, Theo has been hired into permanent employment by the New York State Department of Health. So congratulations to Theo. There you are. And please turn your attention to the screen.
Inclusive hiring is about creating a space and an environment that works for everybody, because when you have an inclusive mentality, the people who you don't even expect to help benefit from that. Peak Performers is a nonprofit staffing agency. Part of our mission as a nonprofit is setting a higher standard of employment for people with disabilities. Every year, Peak Performers employs about 1,000 people in a year, and we're really excited that we've been able to grow our New York footprint. A lot of the people that we work with for our jobs have never, in fact, disclosed their disability to their employer, but that means that they also have not been supported. With people like Theo, we are so excited to not just be able to get them in a job that is meaningful, but also allows them to have an impact on the community in which they're working.
I basically work in onboarding and recruiting for the Division of Data Services and Analytics. So a lot of what I do is basically start to finish. I help get employees in the door, get them acclimated to our culture here at the DDSA. Feeling like I'm a really big part of creating this growing division into something that is a place that people want to work in.
For us, it's about paying competitive wages that someone would make even if they didn't have a disability.
My paycheck every month is mostly used to cover, like, obviously basic necessities and bills. I'm a costumer at heart, so a lot of my hobby is actually sewing and doing crafting. It's also allowed me to afford medicines. It's definitely something that has impacted my life the most.
Peak Performers fulfilled such an important niche that NYSID had. We have placed up to 50 individuals in temporary office placements. New York State OMH, New York State OPWDD, New York State OTDA, New York State Department of Health, as well as the New York State Office of the State Comptroller. We are just simply thrilled to have Peak Performers as one of our member agencies. They are so deserving of this award.
This is a fairly new relationship. We feel like it's a great reflection of how we've been able to partner in a really strong way from day one.
Welcome Peak Performers President Bree Sarlati and Employee of the Year, Theo Stefanik Kora.
Thank you. My name is Bree Sarlati, and I'm the President and CEO of Peak Performers. On behalf of Peak Performers and my amazing and passionate staff, I am deeply honored to accept NYSID's Award for Member Agency of the Year. This recognition is a testament to the hard work, dedication, and innovation of our entire team. Since 1994, 30 years now, Peak Performers has been a trusted provider of high-quality staffing services for the public sector. We have a mission of setting a higher standard of employment for people with disabilities. Along the way, we've also been setting a higher standard for the staffing agency experience too. By providing competitive integrated employment opportunities, we are breaking down barriers and creating pathways to success for people with disabilities. Our goal is to build a more equitable and inclusive society where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Peak Performers' success has been a direct result of the passion and unwavering commitment of our staff, as well as the dedicated partners we have at NYSID. I'd like to express our sincere gratitude to NYSID for their invaluable support, expertise, and guidance, especially with us being new member agencies within the last year and a half. It has been absolutely instrumental to our success. Your tireless efforts and unwavering commitment to our mission are a source of great inspiration for our entire team. We are very proud to work with NYSID, and in partnership as we continue to build careers and transform lives. I also want to thank our public agency clients and disability partners around the state. We are truly grateful for your sincere collaboration towards Peak's mission. Finally, I want to acknowledge, of course, our dedicated temporary staff, such as Theo, who are working hard at public agencies throughout New York State. Your exemplary work ethic and positive attitude are truly inspiring and breathe purpose and life into our mission on a daily basis. You make it easy to come to work each day and continue to pursue ways to reach and impact more lives for people with disabilities. Thank you again for this award and recognition. Peak Performers is committed to continuing our pursuit of setting a higher employment standard for people with disabilities and making a positive impact in public agencies and communities throughout the state. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Theo. I would like to say that I'm very grateful for receiving Employee of the Year from NYSID and Peak Performers. Working within the New York State Department of Health was truly a life-changing opportunity for me, and one that I might not have pursued if Peak hadn't offered me the chance to try it. I've had very few jobs in my life that I can say have truly changed me as a person in a positive way, but working with the Division of Data Services and Analytics has been a complete pleasure, and that's almost an understatement. Having supportive coworkers and leadership is fundamental to the success of any employee, but even more vital to those of us who are disabled. I'm beyond thankful for Peak and NYSID and the work they do, because for the first time, I'm able to say that I see a future career for myself where I'm safe and valued as I am and able to support myself and my independence. Thank you.
So next we have the Corporate Partner of the Year Award. Now this year it's being presented to Austin Air Systems. It's a state-of-the-art manufacturer based out of Buffalo, New York. They produce air purifying products. So Austin Air includes individuals of all abilities on its workforce, including 6 who are supported by the ARC Erie County of New York. These individuals are earning competitive wages in their home community. Austin Air's NYSID Employee of the Year, Hector Brito, personifies this. Let's watch this video.
I'm like a hands-on person. I like to learn new things. I like to try a new experience. I like to be challenged.
Austin Air Systems is the original manufacturer of portable medical-grade HEPA and carbon air purifiers. We maintain the largest air cleaning manufacturing facility in the world. Right here in Buffalo, New York, basically everything is handcrafted right here. Our products are medical-grade air purifiers. They're portable, so we saw a lot of need, obviously, when the onset of the pandemic happened.
The air filters that we make at Austin Air, I know it goes to school, a couple places, offices. Makes me feel like we're giving back to the community. We're making the community a little better. After a while, you get used to the motion of moving.
So Austin Air is one of our corporate partnerships. We have 5 people who are full-time employees. Hector started in production. Since then, he's been trained in all areas. He now knows how to spot weld. You can see him from the start to the finish of the product.
The art area is real hands-on with me. If I need help or something, I have help. If somebody else needs help, I'm able to help them.
If you could choose where to be every day, where would you be?
Either here or putting fans in tops. And then you got all your switches and everything, your motor. You got your fan.
For us, being able to bring these individuals into the Austin family, give them meaningful opportunity for employment and helping us create a product that changes lives, that's incredibly rewarding for us, and it helps to change their lives.
So my paycheck at Austin Air helps me financially, helps me pay my car, my insurance, my rent, my light, be independent myself.
Our guys are so independent, they're reliable, they're here on time, they're dedicated to the work that they're doing.
You know, it's very endearing to see people enjoying the work that they're doing. It really does make an impact.
We never let nobody have a bad day. That's one of our rules. We never have a bad day. Being named Employee of the Year makes me feel excited, overwhelmed.
He's done a great job. We're really proud of him. And we're so thankful for the work that NYSID does, and we're thankful for this award.
Welcome Austin Air's Stacy Molashewski and Employee of the Year, Hector Brito.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for this incredible honor. For us at Austin Air Systems, this is really just about, the power of partnership. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody at NYSID and the ARC Erie County, not just for, the amazing work that you guys do every single day. It's not just about the jobs that you create, but also about, instilling dignity and a sense of purpose in, countless lives. So for us at Austin Air Systems, it is a true privilege to be a partner with such an impactful organization. Now, I have the absolute joy of introducing someone very special to you guys, our NYSID Employee of the Year, Hector Brito. Hector is the epitome of dedication, hard work, and perseverance. He shows up every day with a positive attitude and a real passion for his work, as you could see in the video just there. And he shows up every day with that smile, like for real. And that is so infectious to everybody at the office and at the company. Hector, your work ethic, your enthusiasm, it's admired by everybody at Austin Air Systems. And we are also incredibly thankful and proud to have you not just be part of our team, but part of our family. So it's an honor to have this award from NYSID, and we thank you guys for all that you do. So thank you.
I'm glad to be here. I'm thankful for everybody. Thank you for my team. I'm thankful for NYSID for the Employee of the Year to nominate me. I'm just glad to everybody to bless me and be able to give me the opportunity to go forward. Thank you.
Next, NYSID recognizes government agency customers, each of which prioritize jobs and independence for individuals with disabilities when making procurement decisions. The New York State Department of Labor is the state government customer of the year for 2024. The DOL helps job seekers find employment, training, and upskilling opportunities, embracing individuals with disabilities in the process. Its purpose aligns with NYSID's membership and their missions to employ individuals with disabilities across the state. Please watch this message from Commissioner Roberta Reardon.
Hello, I'm Roberta Reardon, Commissioner of the New York State Department of Labor. I want to thank NYSID for honoring the department as the State Government Customer of the Year. This recognition holds special meaning for us because it aligns so closely with our core mission to serve all New Yorkers by fostering a truly inclusive and diverse workforce. At the DOL, we believe in leading by example. We don't just talk about inclusion, we practice it every day. We are proud to employ individuals with disabilities who bring invaluable skills, perspectives, and dedication to their work. Their contributions are essential to our success as an agency, and they help us deliver on our commitment to serving the people of New York. This award reflects not only their great work, but also our ongoing commitment to ensuring our programs, resources, and opportunities are accessible to all. We strive to open doors for every New Yorker and to break down barriers to meaningful employment. Our dedication to empowering individuals with disabilities is woven into everything we do, from our career services to the specialized resources we offer. we will continue working to create more inclusive workplaces across the state, ensuring that every New Yorker has a fair shot at success. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
Accepting the State Government Customer of the Year Award on behalf of the DOL, Emma Cohen, Regional Representative.
Thank you so much. I know on behalf of the Commissioner, she would love to extend congratulations to every individual and every partner agency in this room. It's incredible just to get a glimpse of the incredible and supportive work that you do every single day. So thank you.
Now, on the local government front, NYSID is pleased to recognize the town of Hempstead in Nassau County for choosing to include NYSID in its town-wide purchasing program. Now, visitors to the town hall will see individuals with disabilities hard at work, keeping the buildings and the grounds clean and working in the mailroom. Town Supervisor Don Clavin is passionate about the impact employment has on the lives of those with disabilities. Please move your attention to the screen.
We welcome all of you to beautiful town of Hempstead, Old Town Hall. We're the largest township in America with approximately 800,000 residents. We're actually larger than 7 states. NYSID's mission is something we embrace here in the town of Hempstead.
Morning, how are you?
Our job is to help people in government. Some of the best employees here in the town of Hempstead have limited disabilities. And you know what? They do the greatest job, and I work with them very, very closely. Groundskeeping services, maintenance services. These are really opportunities to not only employ individuals, but enhance government, and the opportunities are abound. One of the major jobs we did here was the transformation of our building department. We took decades-old papers and had them transformed onto digital platforms. It was a very, very important mission. We were able to connect with a company that works very closely with NYSID. It worked out successfully to the point where now other governments are doing that same task, and they're going to be hiring these great employees as well. And when you work with individuals with disabilities, you're hooked for life. And that's the importance of this. It's discovering the abilities of people that are going to fit that mold, give you the best services, give you the best products, and at the end of the day, you're giving a life skill set that they'll be able to enjoy. And to me, every level of government should be looking for this opportunity because the opportunities are there.
Supervisor Clavin doesn't just believe in NYSID and purchasing from us because it's the right thing to do with the New York State finance law. He does it because he believes that this is the right thing to do morally and for the mission of the individuals with disabilities that we serve. When we create employment opportunities for individuals with disabilities, it's providing them that dream that we've always wanted. A job to show up to every single day, a paycheck. They have a purpose day in and day out.
Many people don't know here in the town of Hempstead, we have a really special place called Camp Anchor. And we started prior to 1970, where children with disabilities could go for what was limited at that time a summer program. It's now expanded into a year-long program, not only for young residents, but for actually seniors with disabilities. It's really about creating an opportunity. We all need products. We all need employment. Isn't the best way to work with NYSID to do the best for society as a whole? We are delighted to receive this recognition today, to have NYSID giving us this honor on behalf of myself, all of my colleagues on the town board, but more importantly, all the residents who live here. This is quite an accomplishment and a recognition, and we're incredibly grateful and humbled by this.
Now, unfortunately, due to an emerging issue in the town of Hempstead, this award will be presented there at a later date, but congratulations to them. Now, NYSID's annual Outstanding Performance Awards program is a fitting conclusion to an event which recognizes how a job can change everything. The awards program has introduced a new class of outstanding performers each year since 2004. The 53 nominees for 2024 from across the state are each forging a different future, thanks to NYSID employment opportunities. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, we'll meet the 2 individuals selected from the class of 2024 to receive NYSID's highest people-centered award. Tylisha Richardson defines a success story in every way. After struggling with learning disabilities, Tylisha found a new start at FedCap Rehabilitation Services. Through the FedCap training school, she found her fit in custodial work and began her employment career. Please enjoy Tylisha's perspective on balancing motherhood and her education with rewarding full-time work.
Being a single mom, I honestly just thought there was no other opportunity. I just thought that was it for me. I am a custodial maintenance worker at FedCap, located in Brooklyn at 130 Livingston MTA headquarters. Having a clean building always helps in any situation because you're a product of your environment. I was taught how to strip and wax, clean the bathrooms properly, make sure the sinks are clean, the toilets are sanitized, the air vents are dusted, and the garbage is taken care of. And I was just taught to just stay busy. Like, there's always something to clean. Even if your routine is done, there's always something to clean. Just find it.
It's important to society to provide jobs for people that can't find jobs elsewhere, that other people will not hire because they tend to take their disability as they can't work, which is not true.
Just be careful, the floor is wet.
Our program here will take people with disabilities and train them, and even if we have to make an accommodation that they can't do a certain task, we'll find a task for them to do. Tylisha is an awesome employee. She's always looking for work. She's always looking for something to do.
So I got silver garbage. When I first started the FedCap school, I was already a single mom. It was kind of hard. Because, you know, you're a single mom. So when people say it takes a village to raise a kid, that is a very true thing. And without FedCap or the help of my family, I honestly don't know where I would be today.
You can use FedCap as a stepping stone, but she used it to further her career and to have a better life for her and her kids.
Because of FedCap, I was able to obtain my bachelor's degree and going for my master's now, thanks again to FedCap. I absolutely feel like working here, I am a role model to my kids, at least the oldest one. She's taken my cap and gown and she put it on and she's like, Mommy, I can't wait to be here. So it makes you feel good. It makes you want to do more in life. Hi, Joe.
It does a lot for an employee. You see the smile on their face. Once you recognize them, you're doing a great job. You know, especially with the award that Tylisha is getting.
It makes you feel good inside. It makes you actually want to ask for more work. Like, oh, well, do you need help doing anything else? Like, can I learn something new today? The paychecks is amazing. I am able to take care of both my daughters, my home, my phone bill, and everything, and actually other family members. For that, I'm very thankful. Because I had that step that a lot of other people don't have, I feel like that's why I was able to succeed in life. We'll forever be grateful for that.
Please welcome to the stage Tylisha Richardson and Steve Coons, FedCap president.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here tonight. First, I want to thank a few people here. Obviously, I want to thank Maureen, the NYSID Board of Directors, member agencies, corporate partners, stakeholders, and legislators. Without you, these events wouldn't be possible, so round of applause for everybody. So I can't do any more than, Talisha's video, but I just want to get into a few comments here because she's so deserving of it. We're so deserving of it. It is my sincere honor to introduce here today one of our FedCap finest employees, Talisa Richardson, who is a NYSID's 2024 Outstanding Performer. As the video indicated, Talisha proudly works at the MTA headquarters at 130 Livingston, Brooklyn, New York, as a custodian. The MTA is the main supporter and procurer of goods and services through the NYSID set-aside program for the state of New York, city, and other municipalities throughout New York State. With one goal in mind, and that is the total expansion for people with disabilities who want to work and demand to work in their communities. Like Talisha, who works and provides to support her family financially, spiritually, and is a true role model for her family, and has her profile indicated, her hard work, dedication to duty, has set her and her family on a path to fulfillment, success, and prosperity, in part, which is made possible through the NYSID set-aside program. Lastly, Talisha's journey in part is made possible by the hard work and efforts of many of the dedicated employees at FedCap, NYSID, and the MTA, who put people and their respective missions first and foremost in parallel to the needs of their community. So thank you. So therefore, without further ado, I want to thank Talisha for representing us in the most meaningful way possible. You represent us well. You represent the program with pride and distinction. So thank you so much.
So I'm not going to stay up here long because I was already crying watching my video because it just brings tears to my eyes when you hear that I am a single mom. And a lot of times it's really hard. So I just want to thank FedCat for the opportunity again. And I'm so sorry, y'all. And my parents who are always there, which my mom is here to help with my baby. And I mean, if you hear any crying, it's Violet. But but yeah, I don't want to stay long, so thank you, because I'm a shy one.
So next we have someone more local from Gloversville. Paul Himes is the outstanding performer representing NYSID Commodities. Now, Paul is a leader on his work crew at the ARC Lexington, creating personal care kits for individuals in shelters. He motivates others to work hard and anticipates what the needs are to keep the workflow going. Paul has recently moved on, and he began a new journey with the custodial team over at ARC Lexington, no doubt continuing his passion for helping others to be their best. Let's all meet the final honoree of the evening.
I do tend to work quickly, 7. So if I do see someone struggling or working not as fast as I am, I stop what I'm doing and go over and help them out.
Like that?
You're supposed to do the trick after you put your things inside. I'm packaging healthcare products to people in facilities. Sometimes I do go overboard with, like how I stock things or put them on shelves, but I do make sure that I keep up with everything with the products to put in the bag. I've struggled a lot in school because I have a lot of concentration problems, but hey, as I say, if I can't brain, then I'll just brawn.
The ARC Lexington is a chapter of the ARC New York. Our mission is to support approximately 1,300 people with developmental and intellectual disabilities to live their best lives. The ARC Lexington has been contracted by NYSID to put together care kits for the homeless in New York City by the Department of Homeland Security. Over time, as he has worked on these care kits, and there are many different combinations, it's not as simple as it might appear. Paul has really learned that job. He has found a purpose in it. He has become a leader.
Here I come.
Thank you. He has helped the staff in coming up with what the inventory control is and what inventory would be needed.
Paul is a magnificent person. He has such a huge heart. I think that's one of the things that I've always admired most about Paul is his heart. He truly loves what he does.
Originally, I didn't want a full-time job because I wouldn't have a lot of me time, but I've shown to be more than capable of being a full-time worker. Packing care kits makes me feel honored to support people and make them smell and look good in their time of need. And here you go. Sorry.
Hey, Paul.
Welcome. I really like showing how well I can work.
Paul's also helped me in tremendous ways. I've learned how to be patient and giving and caring, and he always knows exactly what you need basically before you even ask him.
Whenever my co's need a hand, I'm always there to help them.
When he first started, he was more shy, quiet, reserved Paul, and today, the Paul that you see is so much more confident. His creative side has come out as well, writing a story, for instance.
The book is about a sentient yellow traffic light who is unhappy with his job as a traffic light because he lights up the least amount of time. I'm going to use my paycheck to have the pages of the book get illustrated.
It is truly wonderful to see the impact that a job like this can have on somebody's life. The most important part of it, it leads them to want to be more.
Receiving this award makes me feel honored and thrilled, and I couldn't be any happier. You guys got that okay?
Please welcome to the stage Paul Himes and Shaloni Winston, ARC Lexington CEO.
Good evening, everyone. He, of course, has a great sense of humor, does he not? All right. But before I talk about Paul, I can't not say how amazing NYSID is. In my over 30-year career, I'm getting old, when I talk to people about their lives, people with disabilities, the pride they show is all about work, about being productive, about earning a paycheck, about being able to have a job. And NYSID and everybody else in this room makes that possible. What the leadership doesn't tell us is not only do they make that possible with all the numbers that Maureen put up there, what I also know is Maureen, Patrick, the entire team at NYSID is also personally committed to helping people succeed in employment, not just through services and commodities, but hiring people within their own office. We work with a young man that they gave an opportunity to that transformed his life. And I don't think that the NYSID team just did that just like that. It took a lot to make that happen. So we're very, very grateful to the team at NYSID. We have a whole team from Lexington there. Well, wait a minute. I talk about the young man and I didn't see him. Want to wave? You want to stand? I didn't see him. He was behind me. He didn't know I was going to talk about him. That's Dylan. And he came to Lexington's transitions program from New York City. And in that journey, he got his education, his degree. He moved to Albany, got an opportunity at NYSID, and he's an employee at NYSID. Paul, I will get to you. Sorry. And thank you to the team at Lexington for partnering with NYSID to make everything happen. So Paul, you saw about him. You can come up if you want to. What impresses me the most about Paul, of course you saw his work, but what he does is that he helps others be better at what they do. He helps other people, other co-workers want to do their best, and he helps in a way that he is behind the scenes, very gently nudging them to become great at what they do. That's the leader Paul is. I'm not going to say much about him because he's going to talk about that, but I do want to say that it is my tremendous honor to introduce to you, to present to you, my coworker and my colleague as a full-time permanent employee of the ARC Lexington's Buildings and Grounds Department, Paul Hines.
It's a bright light I just noticed. Wait a minute. Is that my character that I'm working on? Huh. Who would have guessed he showed up? Anyway, I would like to thank NYSID for this incredible award. I'd also like to thank the ARC Lexington for all they have done to help me be successful in my employment journey. When I started working on NYSID contracts, I learned skills that helped me become more confident. Through these jobs, I gained new skills as this opened up new opportunities, helping me find jobs that have been more and more meaningful, and that it all started with the door that was opened by my job with NYSID. The money I have earned from my employment is helping me pursue my personal goal of writing a children's book. As you just noticed. Yep. I won't say much about it except, well, as you just heard, the yellow light was unsatisfied with his job for having such a small role as a yellow traffic light compared to the red and green. Yeah. Thank you. With the help of NYSID and Lexington, I am working and making a difference, and my goal is to use the money I've earned to illustrate, copyright, and publish my story. Thank you again for this recognition, which motivates me to keep moving forward in both my career and writing.
Once more, congratulations to all of tonight's honorees. Let's give them all a round of applause. I just want to say thank you to NYSID for the privilege of continuing to tell your story. It has truly been an honor. Good evening. And remember, honorees, we're taking photos, so come meet us over here by the side of the stage. Thank you.
So that concludes our evening. There'll be a reception out beyond these doors here. Award winners, come on over to the step and repeat for photos. Thanks so much.